Ooh. Oh, that might do it. Ooh. Oh, that might be it. Ooh. Reach out and slap it. That didn't go that far. Today we have one objective. See if the UFO Superdome Destroyer really is the furthest flying disc.
Well, there's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this disc sport.
We're going to be putting up the Superdome Destroyer versus the Finish Line Interval, which is absolute bomber, the Frisbee Club Signature Reach, the bomber of all bombers, the Pro Boss. These might be the furthest flying PDGA legal disc on the market. Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Sigmund Tool Company for sending me over a rangefinder. We got the Sigmund CT800Y. I do have a code for this. You can save 15% off on your order. I'll have that link down below in the description and up in the corner. We're going to be using this bad girl to see how far we are throwing today. Since I only have one Superdome, we're going to be saving this for last. We're going to get a couple baseline reads with these bad girls. Pretty calm day out here, so it should be a pretty true flight. Ooh. Ah, that one had potential. I just kind of skied it. That's probably like 390, let's be real. See if we can get a smack with this one. Ooh, flip. Come on. I went a little bit further. I feel like that's right at about 400. I have been out here before with the rangefinder, so I do kind of know where the spots measure. Ooh. Oh, that might do it. Keep turning. Come on. Ah. Man. We'll see how far we can throw today. I think I'll be ranging my average throw probably at about 420 feet. Oof. Come on. Man, if these just turned a little bit more, but they are all landing kind of in the similar distance, so I guess that gives us pretty accurate distance. The Pro Boss should get further. Oof. Flip. Man. This first round, I don't think we're gonna get any crazy distances. If we can get this 166 Pro Boss to go, I think that'll be a good one. Ooh. Yeah. Crush. Oh yeah, that got some distance. That might be the measurement right there. The UFO Superdome. I don't know how this flies. It is a max weight Kelvin Heimberg Tour Series Star Destroyer with the Superdome. I'm gonna try and throw it the same as I was throwing those, see what happens. Oh, oh, so it's really flippy. Okay. So luckily we got a big bush right next to the tee pad. Let's see what we got here. All right, 128 yards to the bush. So even with an absolutely horrible throw with the Superdome, we hit 384 feet. So let's go measure that bomb of a Pro Boss, because I think that went really far. And then we're probably gonna have to use that as the score to beat with the Superdome. So the Sigmund rangefinder is not disc golf specific. It does measure in yardages, and then you're gonna have to convert that to see how far you're really throwing a Frisbee. All right, 156 times 3, 468. Decent little smash. Let's go measure out a couple others, see if we got any further than this. Otherwise, 468 might be kind of our range to try and beat with the Superdome. We'll obviously throw the Pro Bosses a couple more times as well. Well, the reaches and intervals landed all like within 10 feet of each other. I guess that's pretty much the boneyard. The other Pro Boss was kind of a bomb. 138 to the bush right next to the tee pad, so probably just over 410-ish. So not great. Let's go give these another chuck and get another read. So in the past, I have not been much of a rangefinder type of guy. I've never actually used one, but I was always the type that kind of was like, I've been playing for a long time. I like to think I'm pretty accurate with just seeing the distance, throwing with feel. It's funny because I do think I have a good feel for how far things are and how much effort I need to put in to throw. But what I found is when I got this thing, I'd be out on the fairway on like a par 4. I'd be like, oh, I'm like 120 out. And then I'm like 180 out, 220 out, like 100 feet off. And I'm like, okay, so my distance is not accurate, but at least the feel in my body knows how to get there, so we'll take that. But it's been interesting. Are you guys rangefinder type of guys? I know obviously the other companies that have been putting out rangefinders for the last few years, they seem to be a hot commodity. Everyone wants one. Everyone wants to range their 30-foot putts. I don't know. So obviously the Superdome's first throw was not good. I do think there is a point of like diminishing return when it comes to dome. And I would say in terms of consistency and accuracy, this is way too much. This is obviously not PDGA legal, but there are some destroyers, or I've had some Scorpius that are like honestly kind of close to this. And although they go really far, they're not very consistent, not very accurate. A lot of times you hit them just right, they're gonna go, but if you hit them just slightly off, they're gonna really turn and kind of go all over the place. And I feel like that's kind of what this disc does. So does it go further? Who knows? Let's try and find out. Is it gonna be as consistent? I'm gonna just say no. Oh, yeah. See, now we finally got a flight out of one. Yeah, I still think that looks like about 430, which is fine, but I need to learn how to throw further, guys. Down for Disc Golf, a little local shop here in Concord. They have a tech disc. I'm probably gonna be making some content with that here soon. Try and figure out my throw a little bit, because why not? It kind of scares me, to be honest, because I don't want to know what I'm bad at. Probably everything. Oh, that might have some potential. No, that's probably shorter. I don't really think I have the power to throw much higher than like that and really get more distance out of the disc. The one thing about comparing these Superdomes versus your traditional distance driver is that I'm gonna be trying to throw these on like a hyzer flip turn or even like a left to right push, but the Superdome clearly was very flippy, so I gotta still figure out the angle. Oof. If that turns. No, it didn't turn. That's right around that 410 mark. Man, I will say, guys, I thought I could throw a little further than I can. The rangefinder has humbled me. That 460 to 470 seems to be my max distance. I really thought with like a full flight, it was a little closer, like that 490, maybe touching 500. It's not. I think we could get to that 500 mark, like with some work. So we'll see. But the rangefinder humbled me. Ooh. Oh, that might be it. Oh. Reach out and slap it. That didn't go that far. I think they're bombs because they're so high, and then I just don't have it. I don't got it, guys. Ooh. I like the height on that. Oh, that's carrying. That might be. Oh, baby. I gotta find that perfect height, and that was probably it. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, no. We're going to get that. You know what they don't talk about in trying to throw 10 discs far is your cardio. It takes more out of you than you think. Maybe I'm just out of shape. All right, come on. Oh, oh, come on, turn. Yep, go, 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 go. Oh, let's go. We smacked the pro bosses. All right, the Superdome. Can we do it? I don't think it's gonna go as far as those pro bosses. I'm just saying it now. I think for maybe a slower, slightly slower arm speed, these could go further. Maybe if I was throwing everything at 75%, these might go further. At full power, I don't think so. Ugh. It's just got too much flip. That thing is like a UFO though. That's basically the same throw as the first time that I kind of thought I shanked, but that was pretty much the same throw I've been throwing with every other shot. I don't think the UFO Superdome has the stability, at least for how I want to throw a distance shot. I don't think the UFO Superdome is gonna do it for me. Let's go measure those pro bosses. We'll see how far that one went, even though it really just never faded out straight. It just turned the whole time. So I guess the real question might be, how far can I throw? And is the UFO Superdome gonna make me throw my farthest shot ever? I don't think so. Clearly, I can't control that thing. I think this one's shorter than the other one. 387. I think that's just how far this thing goes for me. I'm pretty sure that's within a foot or two of where I landed with this thing last time. It just does not have the integrity to let me really smash on it. It also feels a little weird. You don't get your thumb like dug into it as much, like where, you know, normally your hand would be holding it probably about like that, but because it's like up here, it doesn't feel good in the grip, I don't think. But this thing's wild. We got another Pro Boss that's like 30 feet further back, but we got 4 discs within like a 10-foot circle right here, which we'll see how this one measures. I guess I'm happy at least with the flight. If, you know, full flight drives that all landed in the same area. Let's see what we got. I do not have a steady hand. All right, guys, these ones, 143, 429. So it looks like on that like full flight throw, I'm sitting right at about 430. If I'm being honest, I think I could throw a hyzer flip like to flat about 10 feet shorter than this. I think my style of throw like goes further on just a natural golf line than these distance lines. I don't know, maybe I need to beat up these intervals and reaches a little more. They are brand new, so that could be it. Let's go measure the other Pro Boss. All right, the final boss, Pro Boss. What do we got? Need to focus this thing. So I don't know if that's normal on like a rangefinder. This thing has really good focus. Like you focus it up and it is crystal clear. Interesting. 447, guys, not even close to 500 feet. The other one was actually further. The first one, wasn't it like 467? I swear this disc is further away. Either way, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Is the Superdome Destroyer the furthest flying disc? I'm gonna have to say no. I don't know if it's just because I think it's too flippy for me. I think for maybe a mid-level arm speed guy, this might be the farthest flying disc. You might get some absolute bombs, but for me, it's a no-go. I think the Pro Boss is my ticket. We measured them at about 450 and then one at about 470. So these things, I think the Pro Boss has got to be pretty much the farthest flying disc on the market. The old ones specifically. The new ones, I don't know, a lot of new Innova, you guys know. The max weight one surprisingly went further than the lightweight. The 166 has a little more dome, but it just, you know, didn't quite catch the flight. I do think the flight I threw with this one, I'll throw that up again, looked about as perfect as a flight characteristic gets for me on a distance line. Distance is not my specialty. I feel like I'm very confident in that like 370 to 400 foot golf line. Like I feel very confident executing those shots. But then if you get, you know, kind of that like 450, or I guess like my highest distance potential, I don't know, it's just not how I like to do it. I think my body doesn't like it either. So anyways, guys, how far do I throw? Looks like just under 470 is kind of my max right now, which is a good number to go off because like I said, I'm going to be working with the tech disc a little bit, maybe try and figure a few things out. I would love to break into that like 500 foot mark on full flight and then kind of hit that 450 of a little more consistent lines. And I really think I can get there. I've never trained to throw further. I just trained to throw smooth and throw good, I guess. But you know, with that hopefully comes some more distance. Once again, shout out to Sigmund for sending over the rangefinder. It's fun to have one of these, you know, just to get a little more insight. I'm definitely still going to be the player who kind of just eyeballs things, but it's good to have one of these when you need it. If you want to pick one up and the price looks right for you, I'll have the link down in the description and up in the corner. Go use my code, check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. We will see you in the next one. Throw the frickin' rangefinder. Hopefully it doesn't break. We're good.
And right here, I have a frisbee bag. It holds all my frisbees, the ones I like.